Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode in our tour across Canada. It is a overcast day here in Edmonton, and we are about to fly down to Vancouver in British Columbia. Running some extra add-on scenery. I have the FS Dream Team Vancouver Airport, and off FlightSim.to I've downloaded some enhanced meshes for British Columbia, so it should look a lot better coming in over the mountains, a little bit more crisp and precise. But let's hop on board. We'll get this executive A320 up and running. Alright, so the parking brake is set, flaps, levers up, spoilers are retracted and disarmed, weather radar is off. Oh. Yeah. PWS is off. Engine masters are in cutoff. Ignition is normal. Thrust levers are in idle, and gear is down and indicating 3 green. Pull up the battery. Battery's on. External power is on. Brake pressure is checked. Cockpit lighting and panel lighting. Start turning these guys up. It's a gray day here. Not anticipating any rain at the moment, but you never know. E-cam's up. Standby altimeter. A little bit of brightness on the MCDUs. And the overhead. There we go. AP fire test. Is good. Crew oxygen supply is on. Adheres coming online. External lights, wing and logo lights are on. Seatbelt signs are on. No portable devices are on. And the emergency exit lights are now armed. So cabin crew, you can begin boarding. So probe and window heats are in auto. Temperatures will leave where they are, that is fine. There's everybody coming on board. Fuel pumps are off. Engine 1 fire test. Engine 2 fire test. Flight directors are on. Yeah, noticing with the latest dev version, they're popping up automatically. Not sure I like that. So the barrel here at Edmonton. Current weather 2996. So we'll dial that in. There we go. EFIS is set. FCU will set in a minute, and radio's no VAT sim too early in the morning for these guys, so we're not going to worry about that. And we can now do the MCDU. So this is kind of broken. The map's not working properly, so we kind of get the white square there. Get ourselves entered in. Alright, there's our information. Go to our fuel. Now our fuel load for today is 5180. So we're gonna pop this out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight.
5180. Real-time loading, and away it goes.
Items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin.
Now we'll head down here, start loading everything in.
Items, please let a flight attendant know, and we would be happy to assist.
It's relatively
If the
short
overhead
flight. We're
bin is
basically
full,
going
please make sure you close it
southwest
as a courtesy
over the
to
Rockies,
other
and we're going to go
passengers.
out over the water,
Please
turn back
double-check
in,
that all your
and
items
land
are
on
put away
08,
so that the aisle is clear and other
08 right, I
passengers
believe.
can make their way to their seats.
And we're going to be going up to
If you're in an emergency
38,000
exit row,
feet.
please
So,
leave exit seating responsibilities in the
Tropo
card and in the bag in front of you. If you're not able
35969.
to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger
So, weight and
electronic
balance.
devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you. And
Fuel is
welcome aboard.
correct, and payload and weights are correct. 25 passengers, and we're at 43.6 on the weight and balance. So that's good. So 43.6 and 30.0. Block fuel of 5.1. And a headwind, we're flying westward, so a headwind of 58. And that is all entered in. So the flight plan for today is basically a straight out departure on runway 2. No SID. We'll vector to where we're headed.
We're on your time now.
Sounds like everybody's in. So our arrival is going to be on runway 08 right. And we're going in on the Canuck 5. And you're gonna try to make us do here. There should be no via. Yeah. Well, insert. So it should be booth. VTEV Stav, Leanne Mills, Basra, Sea Dog, or Seabog, Apex, Veenlow. I think that's taking us around the other side, but we'll figure it out. So that's all entered in. 472 miles to go. So RadNav, just confirm that we have the ILS frequency in 109.5. That is confirmed, and we'll put in the YVR VOR. That is the where we're headed if we have to divert. IFR clearance, take it as given. IRSs are aligning. We have 4 minutes to go. Flight plan kind of reviewed. Nav aids not required. Takeoff briefing is standard. Squawk 7000. We'll go to North America. So squawk of 2000. So while we're waiting, we'll get the APU up and going. There we go. APU starting to roll. 3 minutes left on the IRS, and we're also still defueling. Should be done in about a minute. So this is the last of the provincial capitals we're heading to. After Vancouver, we will be heading north and flying up to the territorial capitals. The first one being the Yukon Territory, and that will be Whitehorse. Then from there we go to the Northwest Territories and Yellowknife, and then in Nunavut and Qualak. And that will cover off the three capitals. And then I'm thinking from there we'll fly down to the Canadian capital in Ottawa. Oh, sounds like the APU is now up. It is, and defueling is almost done. We have a new safety briefing today. We'll see how that goes. So APU is online. APU bleeds are on. External power is now disconnected. MCDU waits. So transition altitude, North American standard is 18,000 feet. Flaps will be 1 and 0.3 down. On the trim, 122, 123, and 127 for our V speeds. I still got to get that calculator, or the new spreadsheet calculator. And we can use flex again, but they're now entered in, and if we look over here we can see 122 and 127 in. 1 minute for the alignment. Fueling is done. So while we do that, we'll just get this ready. So we want to be at landing, we want to be at 10,000 feet. So we're going to enter this in now. L-A-N-N-E. I think that's a hockey reference, Lanny McDonald. Alright, so there's Lanny. So we're going to want to be down at 10,000. So we'll go to our performance. And popping that out, we're going to sync it to our altitude, and we're going to tell it, you know, once we're up in cruise, we're going to want to be at 10,000 feet. So this will give us our distance to go, and we'll be all set. All right, so I think we are ready to go. So V speeds are done. External power is disconnected. Yes, it is. Air conditioning is on. Windows and doors are locked. Cabin door is closed and secured. Fuel pumps coming on. Beacon light is on. Jetway is being removed. Transponder is on.
Good morning, ladies and
TCAS
gentlemen,
is in
and welcome
standby.
aboard Flight 32 with service to Vancouver. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 27
We'll
minutes.
call the tug.
Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross.
It's not a long taxi, so we should be pretty good. See, nose wheel steering disengaged. That means the pin is in. And they are almost ready to go. They'll wait for us. There we go. They'll wait for us to disengage the parking brake. So we'll start the clock this way, and parking brake is disengaged. So let's start backing up, and we're going to want to go tail to our right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hello and thank you for flying with Digital Flight Deck Executive Charters. A few announcements as we begin our flight. Everyone should have a look at the safety card that is in the seat pocket. Not only does it have pretty pictures, but it has important information about the location and how to operate all exits and explains other safety features of this aircraft. Please keep your seat belts fastened whenever the seat belt light is on. To be safe, we recommend your seat belt stays fastened whenever you're in your seat, just in case there is unexpected turbulence. And please comply with instructions from the in-flight team with regard to the fastened seatbelt signs. For the 0.0001% of you who have never operated a seatbelt before, it works like this. Just insert the metal end into the buckle until it clicks, and pull on the loose end to tighten. To open, lift on the top of the buckle. Be sure the seatbelt fits low and tight across your lap, and you're good to go. There are 4 doors, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. Each door has an inflation slide which inflates when the doors open. There are also 4 window exits over the wings, also equipped with
Almost
inflation
aligned now.
slides. The slides at each door can also be detached from the aircraft and be used for flotation if necessary. Each door and window exit is indicated by an exit sign.
Parking
There is
brake is
also
on,
a path of white lights along the
and
base
we
of
can
the
tell the
seats that
tug
lead to red lights which mark
that
the
they
exits.
can leave.
Take a moment to look around
Let's
and
start
find your
engine
closest
1,
exit.
starting engine 2.
This may be behind you. Go on, we'll wait. It's unlikely, but if the cabin pressure changes suddenly during the flight, oxygen masks will automatically drop from the compartment above your seat. If this happens, pull one of the
And there goes the
and cover
tug.
your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic band around your head and tighten by pulling the loose ends at each side of the mask. Then, just breathe normally. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to put your mask on before helping others, and keep it on until a crew member advises you to take it off. Also unlikely is the possibility of a water landing. But just in case, a pouch containing a life vest is located in the cabinets along the sides of the cabin. Take it out of the plastic bag and place
So
the
engine
vest
2
over
is
your
spooling.
head. The strap goes around your waist and attaches
We're
with
just
a
going to go
buckle.
up to
Pull on the end of
38,000
the strap
feet.
to tighten. As you leave the aircraft, pull sharply on the red plastic handles to inflate. The vest can also be inflated by blowing into the red tubes at both shoulders. A water-activated locator light is attached
And
at
that's a
shoulder
good start
level.
on engine number 2.
Keep in mind that your seat cushion is not a flotation device, so please
Bleeds are off.
don't take it home with
APU is
you.
off.
A word from our friends at Transport Canada. The aircraft is one
And
big
ignition
no-smoking zone,
to
so you
normal.
can't smoke in the restrooms or
So
anywhere else
auto
in
brakes
the
are
aircraft.
on, spoilers are
Tampering with,
armed,
disabling, or
flaps
destroying
1.
restroom smoke detectors isn't allowed by law.
anti-ice
And
not
everyone is
required,
required to follow the instructions from the in-flight team and
flight
comply with
controls,
information lighted
full
signs
left,
and posted placards.
full right, neutral,
Once in the air,
full
we will
forward,
have premium drinks and food available
back,
for your enjoyment.
neutral,
As we get
and
ready
rudders.
for takeoff, please check that your seat belts are fastened and your electronics are off.
Trim
As the crew comes
0.3
through to
down,
make a final cabin
and
check,
rudder trim
please let us
is
know if you
0
have any
and centered,
questions or need any help.
and
We promise
nose
to do
wheel
everything we
pin
can to
is
make sure
disconnected.
You have a safe, comfortable flight. Thank you for flying with Digital Flight Deck Executive Charters.
Lights are on, and we are ready to taxi. Brakes are off. We'll head over to the runway. Again, it's not very far.
We're ready for departure.
Thank you. TO config is done. Now we'll dig in the cabin once more. Just heading out here to the end of the runway. So we kind of work our way around the taxiways here. So hopefully once we're above the clouds, it'll be nice and sunny again. And I'm hoping in BC we'll be able to see the mountains. go for runway 02 as we leave Edmonton. We'll get ourselves in and ready to go. This parking brake is on. So cabin crew has been notified. Exterior lights are all on, and nose wheel to takeoff. Anti-ice not required. We'll see what happens when we get up in the clouds. Packs will remain on. TCAS, TARA, and tilt above. Weather radar is on. PWS is on. Weather mode is weather plus T, and takeoff memo no blue. Good to move out. And the glide path is clear. Long runway, 11,000 feet. So plenty of room. Alright, brakes are set. Engines to 50%. Engines are stable. Brakes released. Takeoff power set. It's 100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Gears retracted, lights are out. Throttle lever is saying climb thrust. It's 4,000 feet. $2,000 now climb per minute, or feet per minute. And through S speed, flaps coming up. Autopilot engaged. Now accelerating. And coming around for our on-course heading. So we got a bit of weather ahead of us on the route. Hopefully we can climb above it. But not much to see at the moment, that's for sure. Engines are coming back, nicely climbing out. manage mode. Ten 10,000 feet, we'll go to managed. Lights will come off. All of you extra lights can come off completely. I'll let them use their portable devices.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and safe movies library.
Alright, so we're climbing out. Back up to speed. And we're going to head up to our cruising altitude. So we'll give you some views as we go. And I will meet up with you when we are on our descent into Vancouver. See you then.
Begun our final descent into Vancouver. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
So I've downloaded the mesh, and it looks great. I mean, that just looks fantastic. But you'll notice that I'm getting loading hesitations, like right there. So while it looks great, performance-wise, there are issues. So I'm probably going to delete it after this flight. It was great up at altitude, but the closer we get, the more she's hesitating and stuff. So hopefully she'll stop once we get out the other side. And it's not loading in anymore. There's 10,000 feet coming up, so we're going to dial back to 250. Got about 15 miles to go. Throw on the landing systems now, and we'll start getting our lights on. And we're just going to need our taxi light. Seatbelt sign's already on. It's been on. They've been on the entire trip. It was bumpy over the Rockies. I mean, it does look gorgeous out here. The lakes and the low cloud. But those frame hesitations are a little bit brutal. So we're descending into Vancouver. Weather's pretty good. Let's see. Currently just saying there's a few clouds. Winds are almost negligible. A few clouds at 10,000 feet. Which you can kind of see ahead of us here. And then, ooh, nice cloud layer over here by the edge of the mountains. So there's 10,000. We're going to hold that for a bit as we come flying in. Speed coming back to 250. That's good. And there's the metropolitan area of Vancouver right ahead of us. We're going to fly north of the airport, which is down over here, and come out over the water and then come back in for the landing. Yeah, these hesitations are not worth it. But again, it looks fantastic. And look at that cloud down there. awesome. Alright, so we're going to go into heading mode from here. And we're going to go into track mode because I want to be able to track. Yeah, you can see that change. I want to be able to track directly on the headings they want us on. So it'll be 222. That's what we're tracking now because we got this wind. So we're restricted to 10,000 for a little bit. It's all looking good. So landing lights are on, strobe lights are on, the taxi light is on, takeoff, seatbelt signs are on, no portable devices signs are on, landing systems are armed. We'll go over here to performance. You can actually just do an activation now. You can see it just changed our routing. Gonna do a direct to Leanne while we're here. Will you give us our route back? Yeah, sorta. Whoa, some turbulence. No, you go back into this mode. There we go. So we're going to Mills. That's 239. I don't know why it's so bumpy. I think it's trying to counteract the freezing. It's causing issues. And the airport's straight ahead. And there's Vancouver itself. Stretches all the way out this way, right up to the edge of the mountains. We went 10,000 feet at Basra. And then we go 8,000 and 5,000 and 3,000, and our intercept altitude is 3,000 feet. So I never know for these videos if people want me to be reading through all the steps I'm doing on these checklists or just go through them on my own without having to call out everything. Just kind of do the flicking the switches and the dials. Here's the airport, just right there. .264 is going to be our heading when we come off of Mills here. .264. There's downtown Vancouver at Stanley Park on that island. It's no car zone. There's a bridge that runs, I think, over onto the mainland here at the north. But it's big green space. So 8,000 is the next one. That'll bring the speed down to 240. Alright, this is through Basra, so let's head down. Got the landing is coming up already. Again, this is FS Dream Team's Vancouver. I had the FS Dream Team's Vancouver for FSX. I really liked it, so this one looks good as well. And we'll just be heading into a regular gate. So we're not doing this loop here. We're going to actually follow this out. So we're through Seaborg. The next one is going to be 5,000. So keep the descent going. She's still freezing. And it's Vancouver Island across the channel there. So Aplex, which would be our next point, is coming up. Probably about 5 miles away now. And we're going to be fine, so we'll just dial in 3,000. Once we pass Aplex, we're going to go into manage mode, get our speed down to 210. And that should set us up for the approach. $6,000. Oh, we're definitely above 5,000, which is where we have to be. Some lovely views out the window. Looks great. Just not enjoying this frame rate hit. I think optimizing is something. Well, none of this is easy, and I don't know how they do it, but the optimizing bit's got to be pretty tough, trying to get it all up and working properly. Alright, so we're 10 miles out. We're in approach phase, so going into manage mode, speed should be starting to drop. Bring out the speed brake so we can get our descent going. know why we're slowing down that much. That's fine. That is a maximum of 210. It's not a hard 210. So we're up to Vinlow. Tracking 263. I'm going to turn us back into heading mode. What? No. Alright, not sure what is going on here. Interesting. I'm wondering if it didn't like that descent rate. Okay, quiet. I wonder. Let's get you going this way. For the intercept. Yeah, it might have been descending too fast near the ground, so it went into emergency bailout mode. It's interesting. It's the first time I've had that happen. Here's the glide slope. Should be starting to level off. I'll have to watch that a little bit more in the future if that's something they've now modeled in here. Alright, so we're making our turn inbound. Here's the two runways, 8 left, 8 right. We're going on 8 right, which is that one there. Okay, 10 miles out, flaps. Flaps 2. Looks like they got reset when we went into that. I guess that was alpha floor that we hit. Speed coming down. Now on the glide slope. And gear coming down. Yeah, this would be so much easier with proper stars and waypoints and V mode or VNav. Miles out, flaps 3. Alright, so landing lights are on. Going with cruisers 1, speed brake in, flaps 3, 2,000 feet. A little bit of low cloud to the right of the airport. In the cabin.
Cabin crew seats for landing.
5 miles. And it's going to be a right-hand departure, probably somewhere around D1 if I can make it. Let's see if we can do D1. Go auto brake 2. Probably going to be more like D3, but we'll see. And there's 4 miles coming up. Flaps 1. So gear down 3 green, flaps full, cabin is secured, landing lights are on. Landing memo, no blue. Everything's looking good. Localizer is on. The glide slope is on. Train's coming in on the radar. She'll vanish in a second. You can see that we're in a delta down here, very flat land. And very low. I think the airport elevation is like 9 feet.
Above. Minimum.
Landing.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Don't hesitate now. Damn it.
10, 5, 5.
Traversers are on. Auto brake on. Oh, a little bit of low level mist here. 60 knots. Traversers off. Auto brake off. Looks like we're going to make it off here at D1. Going through that little cloud layer. Welcome to Vancouver.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vancouver. The local time is 12:04 p.m. and it's currently about 8 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
All right, let's head to a gate. And we're just going to look at going in over here. This is a very cool airport. It's been a while since I've been here, but they've got some pretty neat architectural features and stuff in it. Some really nice artwork. Slow it down. Really nice artwork. All right, we'll go in here at 15. Or was it 15? 17. From a gloomy Edmonton to a beautiful Vancouver. And there we go. I'll confirm we've got ground power. We do. The parking brakes are on. Nav aids are all off. Flight directors and landing systems are off. FCU is reset. Auto thrust, autopilot are off. Anti-ice is off. Ground power is connected. Engine masters are off. And continue. Fuel pumps. Come on. Are off. Jetway is coming over. Beacon is off. Seatbelt signs are off. External power is connected. Transponder is off. Door is open. And Roger can go say goodbye to everybody. Oop. I'll turn off the landing light. So here we are in Vancouver. Thank you very much for joining us on today's flight. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.